Today, we're diving straight into an exciting biblical quiz about angels. But before we start, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our future videos. Now, let's get started with the quiz. Question 1. What does the Greek word for angel, angelos, mean? Option A, son of light. Option B, servant. Option C, messenger. Option D, man of God. Take a moment to think. The answer is option C, messenger. Question 2. What was the punishment for Zechariah for not believing the angel's promise of a child? Option A, blinded. Option B, withered hand. Option C, made deaf. Option D, struck dumb. Take a moment to think. The answer is option D, struck dumb. Question 3. Who did an angel stop from sacrificing his own son on a mountain in Moriah? Option A, Adam. Option B, Abraham. Option C, Joshua. Option D, David. Take a moment to think. The answer is option B, Abraham. Question 4. When the apostles were imprisoned by the high priest, at what time of day did the angel release them? Option A, night. Option B, midday. Option C, sunset. Option D, dawn. Would take a moment to think. The answer is option A, night. Question 5. What animals had their mouths closed by an angel, saving Daniel's life? Option A, bears. Option B, snakes. Option C, wolves. Option D, lions. Take a moment to think. The answer is option D, lions. Question 6. Who did an angel say that Cornelius should send for? Option A, Timothy. Option B, Peter. Option C, Paul. Option D, Jesus. Take a moment to think. The answer is option B, Peter. Question 7. Who wrestled with an angel? Option A, Joseph. Option B, Jesus. Option C, Jacob. Option D, Samuel. Take a moment to think. The answer is option C, Jacob. Question 8. What city did Lot convince the angels to let him escape to after rescuing him from Sodom? Option A, Zoba. Option B, Zoar. Option C, Ziph. Option D, Zaire. Take a moment to think. The answer is option B, Zoar. Question 9. How many angels appeared with the disciples as Jesus ascended to heaven? Option A, 1. Option B, 2. Option C, 3. Option D, 4. Take a moment to think. The answer is option B, 2. Question 10. Who received Paul as though he were an angel of God? Option A, Galatians. Option B, Ephesians. Option C, Corinthians. Option D, Thessalonians. Take a moment to think. The answer is option A, Galatians. Question 11. When Hagar was visited by an angel, what did he find her by? Option A, cave. Option B, tree. Option C, rock. Option D, spring. Take a moment to think. The answer is option D, spring. Question 12. Who was the first person recorded as being visited by an angel? Option A, Abram. Option B, Sarai. Option C, Adam. Option D, Hagar. Take a moment to think. The answer is option D, Hagar. Question 13. When Elijah fled from Jezebel into the wilderness, what did an angel provide him with to eat, giving him 40 days of strength? Option A, cheese. Option B, cake. Option C, pot of broth. Option D, fish. Take a moment to think. The answer is option B, cake. Question 14. Whose donkey could see angel in the road, but he could not? Option A, Saul. Option B, Ahab. Option C, Moses. Option D, Balaam. Take a moment to think. The answer is option D, Balaam. Question 15. What does Psalm 78 describe as the food of angels? Option A, milk. Option B, honey. Option C, grapes. Option D, manna. Take a moment to think. The answer is option D, manna. Question 16. In Revelation, how many angels were given trumpets? Option A, 2. Option B, 5. Option C, 7. Option D, 11. Take a moment to think. The answer is option C, 7. Question 17. What did Manoah offer to prepare for the angel of the Lord? Option A, pigeon. Option B, goat. Option C, ox. Option D, lamb. Take a moment to think. The answer is option D, lamb. Question 18. How did the angel of the Lord first appear to Moses? Option A, in a dream. Option B, in a burning bush. Option C, in a cloud on Mount Sinai. Option D, a man sitting by the side of the road. Take a moment to think. The answer is option B, in a burning bush. Question 19. Who did an angel tell to place meat and unleavened cakes on a rock? Option A, Gideon. Option B, Samson. Option C, Moses. Option D, Elisha. Take a moment to think. The answer is option A, Gideon. Question 20. What did David do that caused God to send an angel to destroy Israel? Option A, theft. Option B, murder. Option C, numbered Israel. Option D, adultery. Take a moment to think. The answer is option C, numbered Israel.